Welcome, welcome. My name is Evangeline Reed. We will not be able to hear in this room if there are conversations going while I'm talking. It's just the acoustics of the room. So I have to ask you all to kind of keep it quiet while we're talking, and hopefully we will have a chance to talk before the end of the night. But I'm so glad you all are here. This is our first Wellness Connection of the year. We used to call this the Gathering. One of many. We're going to have one every month, so you all know. And some of you have been to our gatherings in the past, and you know, this might look really similar to what we did in the past. However, it is reimagined, and you're going to see that tonight. We have a totally different format. We have about, 7 different speakers here tonight, 7 different people that are going to help introduce you to some fun things. And we are going to make a little... We're going to make a little make and take part of every single gathering so that you get to play with the oils and you get to do something fun with them that you might not think to do at home. Okay, so tonight's fun little take-home activity is a nasal inhaler. I have to tell you a story to understand why we're doing a nasal inhaler when our topic is weight loss. Okay? So, what we're doing is putting a couple drops of peppermint on the little pad in your nasal inhaler, and then you're going to close it back up, and you can open it up and just sniff your peppermint anytime you want. And here's why. I was on a trip one time with a bunch of other Young Living leaders, and one of my friends, who is also, she is a diamond in Young Living, she looked great. And I looked at her and I said, trying to think of her name, Jeannie, I think is her name. I said, what are you doing? And she said, that's just peppermint. I said, wait, back up for a minute. What do you mean peppermint? And she said, I lost 40 pounds just carrying peppermint in my pocket and breathing it about 30, 40 times a day. Yeah. So why is that? Peppermint helps with satiety. It helps you not to feel hungry. It helps take away your urge to eat. And there are scientific studies to back that up. You can go search on PubMed. So, and it settles your tummy at the same time. So that's why they have peppermints by the door of the restaurant. So all we're going to do is put your little cotton ball in the internal part of your nasal inhaler, and then take your bottle of peppermint and take the cap off and put 2 or 3 drops of peppermint on the little cotton pad that's inside there. And then you're going to close it up. I want to show what the little cap looks like and how you would close that up. So that little tiny cap, I think, goes somewhere in there. Okay. And that way you have peppermint in your pocket, and yet it's safe from touching your skin and causing any irritation or anything. And you can carry that with you everywhere and bring your peppermint out and smell. Keep your hand up until we get you. Who's doing the tickets? Is that Julie? Somebody else is doing tickets. Who's got the tickets? We're looking at that. We've got some people who did not get a ticket when they came in the door. Let's make sure you get your ticket. If you did register ahead of time, you get 2 tickets. If you did not register ahead of time, you get 1. And that is because, as you can see, when we plan an event like this, it's important to know how many people are coming, because I got to know how many nasal inhalers and how much oil, how many handouts. So it really helps us to know that you're coming. You don't have to. You can come last minute, but you get 1 ticket when you come last minute. I think we got that taken care of. Now we have several handouts. And you should have a handout that has It's printed on both sides, and it has all of the fancy details of the Balance and Burn, the new weight loss supplement. If you have one that has pictures of the weight loss supplement, if you do not have this handout, raise your hand. We want to make sure everybody's got all the handouts. Okay, everybody's got that one. Now we have a 30 uses of peppermint, and I added a 31st before I printed this out today because many people don't know about number 31, so check out number 31. So there's 30 plus uses of peppermint on this 2-page handout. And then you should have gotten a 4-page handout. It's double-sided, so it's only 2 pieces of paper. And this one has all the different ingredients and kind of what they do from our Balance and Burn product that's coming out. All right? Okay. Here we go. Yes, there's several different purposes for this Balance and Burn. Do we have the slide on the freebies for the moment? Well, it's Citrus Fresh and Wintergreen and Vitamin D. Okay, while they're passing around the peppermint oil, because peppermint is coming around and you should be able to drip it on your little wick in your nasal inhaler in a minute. Raise your hand if you have not had the peppermint come around yet. Okay, it's coming. Let's keep it going. I'm so glad y'all are here. Y'all didn't notice that I lost some weight, did you?
I did.
Actually, I didn't lose it because I don't want to find it again. I shed some weight. I shed some pounds. Yeah, released some weight. Thank you, Julie. I released some weight. And I did it without the Balance and Burn, just so you know. I did it the hard way. So I'm looking forward to the next few pounds being the easy way with the Balance and Burn. And I'll just keep my little healthy habits going. I lost 15 pounds so far.
Dang, that's what I gained.
I released 15 pounds and you picked it up. It's not on you.
Not on purpose. Man, that's what happens when you stop moving. You just decide you're going to sit for 2 weeks and pretty much do nothing. I don't know that I really think 15.
Okay, we're going to hear from Melissa in a little bit because she actually did get to try this product ahead of time. So she's going to share with you what she learned over the Christmas holidays from taking this product. And I know we're still conversing and we're still doing our little nasal inhalers, but I just wanted to point out to you the 3 products that you could possibly get for free this month. And they are Citrus Fresh at 100 PV level, so if you purchase at least $100 in product from Young Living or 100 PV-ish, you will earn a free 5 milliliter Citrus Fresh. And if you purchase, and that's if you're on the loyalty program. If you're not on the loyalty program, you got to wait till you get to $200, and then you get a free Wintergreen. Who loves the smell of Wintergreen? You know that most of the Wintergreen out there is synthetic. Young Living is one of the few companies that actually has a real Wintergreen distilled oil. It's almost all synthetic. All that you find in the gums and the candies and things in the stores are typically synthetic. It's much cheaper to synthesize Wintergreen than to distill it. It's one of those. Cinnamon actually is probably more expensive to synthesize it, so you don't ever see synthetic cinnamon oil, right? It's pretty cheap to distill that. And then the final product is the vitamin D. How many of you guys take a good vitamin D product? Okay, awesome. What do you take it for? Why is it important?
Sunshine in a bottle.
Sunshine in a bottle, and why is that important?
My immune system. I take it for immune system.
For immune support. Very good. Vitamin D is great for immune support. Anything else? It acts like a hormone in the body sometimes, yeah. We went down to Ecuador one time, and we spoke to a psychiatrist down there who was very versed in natural health, and he said the very first thing that he does when a new patient comes to him with anxiety or depression or any of those kind of disorders is he gets them on 30,000 units a day for a month of vitamin D. And he said, typically I don't have to resort to medications if I can get their vitamin D levels up where they belong. And so if you're not familiar with vitamin D in the emotional realm, that's a very powerful tool for emotional health. And many people are depressed in the winter. Why?
No sunshine.
No sunshine, so not much vitamin D. Yeah.
I was just going to say, and diabetics are typically low in vitamin D.
She says diabetics are typically low in vitamin D. I did not know that.
Actually,
Pre-diabetics are? Okay, Julie's an expert because she's working through releasing diabetes from her body. She is going to be off of all of that stuff and happier for it. Okay. All right. So were we right on time? Or we are 6:44. We thought it'd take about 15 minutes to get all of the all the bacon takes done. Everybody, if you did not get the peppermint oil and you still need to load your inhaler, let me know. You smell it in your hand. It's an amazing oil. Okay. Thank you. I didn't print it out, so. Okay, Melissa Tennyson is up on the mound. Melissa is an executive in Young Living, and she is going to talk to us about what sets Young Living. Who is Young Living? And we each have a timer. Well, we're not going to have the timer go off here, but we actually did make everybody time their presentation to 3 minutes, and we're just going to pull her right off. No. We practiced, and we're good. Here you go.
Oh, yeah. Okay, can everybody hear me back there? Thank you. All right, who is Young Living? I want to tell you about Young Living because I have been with Young Living for over 10 years. I can't believe it. So it's a family-owned, farm-driven company dedicated to purity and promise. Purpose, committed to creating the very best sustainable products for the people you care about. Did you hear what I said? The people you care about. That's why I love Young Living. And you're going to hear more about that later. You're going to hear more about the Seed to Seal guarantee. That's something else that keeps me here at Young Living. Young Living products are convenient, they're easy to use, and can bring you and me to a higher level of physical, mental, and emotional well-being. You're going to hear lots of testimonies tonight about that. I'm really excited. Young Living products are backed by proven science and experimental evidence that will not sacrifice quality for any reason. The company is dedicated to purity and purpose. And again, you're going to hear about that Seed to Seal guarantee. So Young Living started in 1994 when D. Gary Young planted the seeds of wellness in Young Living because he had a dream. He had a dream to promote natural wellness with his unique essential oil blends and to get an essential oil diffuser in every home. How many of you have one in your home? Yeah, that was his goal. He wanted to change the lives of the people around him and the lives of the people in need through education, service, and hard work. Education right here, right? So, 11 years ago, I wanted to bring this up because this is what got me, this is what sold me. 11 years ago, some wonderful person who's still here was giving a class in my home, Jenny McMillan. And I am one of those type of people, I scrutinize over everything. Like I scrunch up my nose at everything, right, Mom?
Yeah.
I'm like, really?
Very annoying. Very annoying.
That's my 93-year-old mom over there. So I was flipping through the catalog and I saw these pictures. Sarah was there that night, I think. I saw these pictures of a farm and I looked at Jenny and I said, these farms are beautiful. Does it really look like that? I mean, I know about marketing. And Jenny said to me, they do. And I've been there, and you can go there too. And that blew me away because I scrutinized over everything. I'm going to a farm because she said I could. and I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna go. So I went to the farm and I got to see the farms, the beautiful farms, they really are that beautiful, and I got to watch the distillation, walk through the distillation process, and at one of the other farms I actually got to distill a bottle of Northern Grand Fir. It was amazing. That's what sold me on Young Living, because they're very purpose driven, and the community, the gatherings we have, and you're going to hear more about the Seed to Seal, the testimonies, and you're going to hear more about the business of network marketing that Young Living uses to gather everybody together. It's very purpose driven. That's it. Is that anything else?
What do you call it?
Who's next?
Oh, okay.
And
Yep, so our next presentation is Seed to Seal, and that will be me, but I think I'm gonna do that second part later.
Okay.
Yeah. So, we have been in Young Living 20 years. In fact, January 15th is our 20-year anniversary with Young Living. And we were kind of skeptical at first as well, and like, okay, so we asked the question that probably all of you guys ask at one point, and that's like, how do I really know that what Young Living says is in this bottle is in this bottle? Or what any other company says is in this bottle is in this bottle? And that's a great question to ask. In fact, it's a question not enough people ask, because there's a lot of companies that thrive on advertising right now, comparing themselves to Young Living. If you're on social media and you have liked anything Young Living, you're probably getting advertisements for some of those other companies, right? And so it's a great question. There are thousands of essential oil companies today, and most of them use words like pure. Some of them are still using therapeutic grade, even though the FDA has said we're not allowed to use that. We made that word up, by the way. Therapeutic grade was the only way we knew to describe the oils that we created, because they were so different from the aromatherapy grade oils that were on the market that were all cut and adulterated, okay? So they'll use those words, but here's the reality. In the essential oil industry, there is no universal standard for what those words actually mean, which is why they're not really supposed to use words like therapeutic grade or certified therapeutic grade or anything like that anymore, okay? So what our oils are is 100% pure, and everything from the seed all the way to the bottling we monitor. That is not the standard in the industry, okay? So many of them get their oils from vendors, from people who are big wholesalers, and they just pull all the oils together from a bunch of different farmers and things, and then they wholesale them out. And they'll tell you lots of things about those oils, and not all of those things are true. So if you don't have the testing equipment and you don't have the processes in place to protect the integrity of your oils, and you do not know what's in that bottle. So from the very beginning, Young Living decided to do something else that no one else was doing. And they asked what it would look like to guarantee quality from start to finish without any shortcuts. And that's what our Seed to Seal is. So it's not a slogan, it's a complete quality system that follows every bottle of oil through every step of its journey, and it starts with the seed. Do you know that some people sell lavender that's not even really Lavandula angustifolia, which is a scientific name for our lavender? Some of them sell lavandin, which is a hybrid lavender, and stick it in a bottle, and it smells a lot like lavender, and to the average person you would not know, but if you tried to put lavandin on a burn, you would really hurt yourself. If you tried to use it in therapeutic ways, like we use our lavender, it would not work the same way. In fact, it might harm you if you use that. Okay, so Young Living carefully selects seeds and plants varieties based on their natural chemical profiles, because the quality of an essential oil is determined long before it's ever distilled. Then there's the farming and the sourcing, and Young Living owns farms around the world and partners with co-op farms that must meet these same strict standards: no synthetic chemicals, no unethical harvesting, and full compliance with all environmental and international sourcing laws. We're the only company in the world, essential oil company, that has a Lacey Act compliance program in place. And if you don't know what Lacey Act is, it's an international standard that has to do with the integrity of indigenous countries, so the countries in the world, and the propriety of getting those materials in and out of those countries. And sometimes people cut corners and kind of cheat and get oils out of countries that they shouldn't be exporting them from. And so we're in full compliance with all of those laws. Distillation is where many companies also cut corners. Young Living customizes the distillation for each plant, including the timing, the temperature, and the pressure, because rushing this process, you could easily destroy the most valuable components in the oil. And so there's another thing. You might see an oil that's labeled organic. Is that the same thing as a Young Living oil?
No.
It is not. It is not, because the art and the science in the distillation, in Young Living's mind, is not just for smell. It is for therapeutic purposes. We want to extract every compound out of that oil we can possibly extract. And so therefore, we're not going to distill lavender for 4 hours. We're going to distill it for 40, or whatever the exact amount is for lavender, because we know we can get 40 chemical constituents, or we can get 400, depends on how we distill it. And so we've been doing this, Young Living's been doing this for 30 years now, so we know exactly how long to distill each oil for the most therapeutic benefit. And then, of course, we have the testing, and each batch of oil is tested not just once, but repeatedly. And some companies just do gas chromatography and mass spectrometry, and those are kind of mouthfuls. Those words are, they're chemical sort of tests that we do on a compound to see what it is. Is it natural? Is it synthetic? Does it have any adulterants in it, and so forth? Young Living does 15 to 18 different tests, not just MS and GC, on every single oil. Not only do it once, we do it in triplicate. Not only do we do it in triplicate, we do it before and after bottling on certain samples to make sure that the same oil that was in that vat is now in that bottle. And not only do we do that, sometimes we send it out for third-party verification. So not in case our lab equipment malfunctioned for some reason, now we have verification from an outside lab that is correct. So you can't sneak any adulterants past Young Living. And we maintain a really, really big essential oil library because we've been doing this so long, which allows them to prepare every batch to verified authentic plant profiles, ensuring consistency year after year. Finally, the oil is sealed and labeled and tracked, so what's on the bottle is exactly what's inside the bottle. So when people ask why Young Living, the answer isn't marketing, it's science, transparency, and accountability. From seed to seal, we have over 50 scientists on staff. Most essential oil companies have 0. And whether you're here just curious, using oils at home, or sharing them with others, you never have to guess what you're using or recommending. Okay? There's your seed to seal. Julie. Okay. Julie is going to talk to us about Young Living's farms in a little bit more detail. Now, in future weeks, what we would like to do is kind of highlight a farm, and she is going to highlight one farm tonight. So we're going to talk generally about farms, and then we're going to highlight one of the farms so you can get a little bit of a flavor of what we mean when we say Young Living's farms, because every farm distills something different, right?
Thank you, Evangeline, for sharing about Seed to Seal. What I want to focus on is where the physical quality starts, and that's on the farms. For most of us, the source of our food and ingredients is something we never see. We trust systems we've never been inside and land we've never walked on. And that means we put a lot of trust in processes we haven't witnessed firsthand. And these are the things that we actually put in our body, so it matters. For food that we eat every day, and with essential oils, ingredients are often sourced from outside suppliers, and the farms where plants are grown are rarely visited or seen at other companies. What makes these farms different is the care that begins at the beginning. And the farm is the first decision about the quality before labels, before bottling, and before testing. That belief was put into practice in 1994 when Gary Young purchased the first farm in St. Maries, Idaho, giving him full control how plants were grown and distilled. Through the process, he learned how much help the soil needs to be, the harvest timing, and the distillation, and how it affects quality. And that understanding became the foundation for everything. Today, that commitment extends across 6 of the 7 continents. I didn't know that until the Evangeline told me. So that's amazing. 6 of the 7 continents that we have farms on. But rather, I'm going to talk, though, about one farm, and that is St. Maries, because that's the best way to understand a system. It's just to slow down and look at one farm. At St. Maries, they plant lavender and melissa, and it's grown with special long-term care. And when the land is respected, these plants can thrive and produce high-quality essential oils for 10 to 12 years. Quality isn't rushed here, it's cultivated. From the very beginning, people also have been invited into that process. Each year, the Melissa Essential Oil Harvest is yearly. Customers can come and be invited to participate in planting and helping people connect with the land where everything has started. Customers are also invited to visit a farm, to walk the land, see the distilleries, just like Melissa had said, and understand where these oils begin. Just like knowing where your food comes from is important, knowing the source of the oils means you can trust our system, the system behind them. No shortcuts, no adulterations, and that's what Young Living is built on. So I want to ask Evangeline to tell you about St. Marie's because she's been there.
Yes, and it looks like it is pronounced St. Marie's, and yet inside Young Living, everybody says St. Mary's. So I do not know why, because it does look like Marie to me. But
The townspeople call it St. Mary's.
Oh, they do? The townspeople call it St. Mary's. So yeah, it is St. Mary's is what we know about. So yes, that farm is a beautiful farm. If you achieve the rank of gold in Young Living, you actually get to go to that farm in person for free and spend a few days there and watch the distillation process and get trained and get some great education there. So typically in Young Living, our incentive trips and our trips when you achieve a different rank would be going to one of our farms. So even the diamond trips, we're typically going where there's a distillery or a farm somewhere around the world. The last one was Okinawa, Japan, and then
This time it's Croatia.
Sri Lanka. This year, is it Croatia coming up? Croatia's coming up this year. Which we've been to Croatia because that was one of our diamond trips years ago. It's a beautiful farm where they do pilgrimage. So
Evangeline, you should ask how many have been to St. Mary's.
how many have been to St. Mary's? Anybody in here? Wow, look at that. Beautiful. Yeah. So when we turned silver, that was when you got to go to St. Mary's. Now you have to be gold to get to St. Mary's. So they shifted it a little bit. Yeah.
You go to Winter Harvest.
Or if you go to Winter Harvest, you can go to St. Mary's. Winter Harvest is at the tree farm, though.
It is, but they'll take you to St. Mary's.
They'll take you to St. Mary's to stay for the night and stuff. Yeah.
And is
Okay.
that an event anybody can
Yes.
Yeah, anybody can go to the Winter Harvest. You just have to go on. We have a whole website just for our farms. So go on to Young Living's website, click on farms, and you'll see where you can actually register to attend certain events at the farms and so forth. I have a funny story before I pass it on to Jenny. So years ago, we have some people that like to think they're competitors of Young Living, and another company that says their story sounds just like ours. Oh, we have partner farms all over the world, they say, okay? And one of our brand partners decided to call them one time and ask them if they could go visit some of their farms. And the guy on the customer service, on the other line, customer service said, oh, we don't have farms. If you want farms, you have to go to Young Living. They have farms. So the story is we have farms, but, actually, that's Young Living's thing. They own the farms. So, no, they do have some partner farms, but you're never allowed to go on them and set foot on them. So you can't really verify with your own eyes that they're doing things right. We always have boots on the ground. We test the soil. We instruct in exactly how to do the distillation and all of that for those partner farms, or we do it ourselves for our real farms. All right, Jenny.
Okay, yeah, please.
Speaking of St. Mary's, the first time I went was at Silver Retreat, and what was so neat is we were all gathered in the retreat center, and Gary Young, the founder of Young Living, was there, and there was probably about maybe 60 or 70 of us there, and someone asked him a question. It was a health-related question. I don't remember what it was, and he said, well, do y'all want to sit down and I'll just talk a little bit? And of course we did, and so we sat down on the floor, and for 3 hours he taught us off the cuff, and that's how he was. And so what we're going to do every month when we come here to the Wellness Connection is we're going to have a Gary moment where we are going to listen or watch to one of his old teachings. Now, most of his teachings are long, and so we're just going to listen to a clip. And tonight's clip, he's teaching, it was in 1999, and he's teaching about lavender at the beginning, and then he's going to talk about peppermint. And I just think you're going to find it really interesting. And I think the thing that is so important to know is whenever you can learn from him, you should. Because the amount of knowledge that he possessed is just, it was a gift. And so we're going to do this because I think it's important. Many of you in here never got a chance to meet him, but you're going to every month when we come here. You're going to get a little taste of what he was like and why Young Living is, why we are who we are. And so we're going to go ahead and start. I do have the words printed up here. Next month, we'll make them bigger, but we wanted to make sure you could hear it and see it at the same time.
Put the microphone here on the computer so that when it plays.
We wonder, we run down to the store and we buy all these pharmaceutical things and we wonder why they don't work and why we still suffer with the problems. Look at the other things that lavender has been.
So we have to take the sound off of that.
Okay, so
Sound is clearer to that, I don't really know.
let's just listen to it instead of watch it. That would be easier, I think.
Okay,
Yeah. Let me do that.
we can also.
Well, you could turn the sound down.
Sounds like they're trying to connect with the microphone.
Yeah.
Or her Bluetooth, yeah.
Yes. Give me 1 second.
It's kind of funny that I'm in charge of technology. I used to do that. My husband would get a big kick out of this. Go Terry, go Terry. I don't know how I got this position here.
Let me make sure this is going to be right.
Yeah, we can also send you this video. It's available on a little link that we can send. So as long as you sign one of those sign-in sheets and I can read your email address, you're going to get a follow-up email with some additional information.
We wonder, we run down to the store and we buy all these pharmaceutical things and then we wonder why they don't work and why we still suffer with the problems. Look at the other things that lavender has been documented to do for the human being. Inflammation, wounds, ulcers, eczema, dermatitis, fainting, headaches, migraine, influenza, insomnia, hysteria, tension, infection, acne, asthma, rheumatism, and arthritis. How many prescriptions would you have to go to your doctor and get to just cover half of what lavender will do for you? And all you have to do is snort it and wear it. Okay? That's why we have a bumper sticker in Young Living that says, we do not do drugs, we do oils. Okay, this is peppermint. And guess what? There we go again. Sesquiterpenes, esters, coumarins. And we look over here at the indications of what they do. The doctors prescribe peppermint oil for. Liver and pancreas function. Now, if you remember what I said in the beginning, the human body, the brain, the secretagogues of the pineal, pituitary, hypothalamus produce human growth hormone. It has to be picked up by the receptor sites, taken through the blood to the liver. The liver has to be functioning normally in order to convert it to insulin-like growth factor. Then it goes to the pancreas. The pancreas has to be working properly. It has to be balanced in insulin, so it converts the insulin-like growth factors with the progesterone, the testosterone, the estrogen for balancing the human body. So the pancreas and the liver have to be balanced. They have to be functioning. Here's a oil that balances liver and pancreas deficiencies. All right, how much more do we need to see here before we start waking up to the reality of what we have been given here? But again, I come back to state it has to be pure oil. It cannot be a cut oil. It cannot be an adulterated oil. It cannot be a synthetic oil. And it cannot be a low-grade distillation oil. The quality has to be there. We're growing 300 acres of peppermint in Utah and 300 acres of peppermint in our new farm that we're developing with Steven Seagal in Northern California on organic soil. This crop last year, 1998, produced 210 pounds of oil per acre. It has never happened in the history of peppermint growing until last year. And it's totally organic. And if you question that, come this summer, we will give you a field to weed. So you really get an understanding of what organic means. We had 136 workers in the field all summer with 7 tractors cultivating and 2 teams of horses cultivating to try and stay ahead of the weeds. It's a major, major job. But the peppermint oil is so invaluable because it oxygenates the brain. It helps in producing secretagogues of human growth hormone. It helps in balancing liver and pancreas function, so you've got that total balance for immune function, hormonal function.
Okay, on that today. Yes, wasn't that amazing? Peppermint is my husband's favorite oil. If you're not using it, now you have it, use it every day. Stick that thing up your nose. My kids say that's like nose mouthwash. Or mouthwash for the brain, rather. Okay, Ningxia Red. Look at this. This Ningxia Red is Young Living's, one of Young Living's signature products. They have 2 signature products, and this is one of them. This whole body supplement has been a staple in my family's home for approximately 18 years. It is that good. The entire wolfberry fruit is used in the bottle. That's why you see the, I need to be able to change my slide. Yes, at the bottom, that is fiber. Look at this. Wolfberries are grown in Ningxia, China, and that's what sets Young Living's wolfberries apart. What happens is the Yellow River, it winds through the mountains and around the ancient soil, and then it dumps onto the Ningxia wolfberries. And they are the most nutritionally dense wolfberries in the world because of the mineral dense river that is fertilizing them. You cannot duplicate that anywhere in the world. These wolfberries have 15% protein. So there's 15% protein by weight per serving in this bottle. That is the highest protein count for any fruit on the planet. Can you think of any other fruit that has that much protein? No, you don't think protein when you think fruit. It also has 21% fiber. It's kept in the bottle. Okay, we need protein for recovery, and we need fiber for digestion and for all of our functions. It also has a perfect mineral balance. If we don't have a perfect magnesium-potassium balance, which you're going to find in this whole body supplement, you'll get arrhythmias, hypertension, and other serious diseases like that. And you can find that in this book. I'm not making this stuff up. I grabbed it out of the book on Ningxia wolfberries. It is infused with essential oils for a few reasons. Essential oils are so tiny, you'll learn about this later, they are the delivery system. So by adding the essential oils, it's delivering the nutrition of the wolfberry directly into the cell. It also makes it taste yummier. So when any of my kids are sick, they don't ask for medicine because I don't buy it. They say, they have a tummy ache, I need Ningxia. Headache, Ningxia. Tired, Ningxia. You name it, Ningxia. We're constantly grabbing and looking for Ningxia. So I like it because it's safe for babies to elderly. I don't have to buy a bunch of different whole body supplements. I can just stay stocked in Ningxia, which I do. I buy a year's supply every year at convention. I gotta go and do that. I highly recommend it. So also, Ningxia Red is the supplement, the main supplement for the 14-day reset. If you're not familiar with the 14-day reset, you gotta try it at least once. It's basically training wheels for a healthy lifestyle. You drink several times the normal daily dosage during the 14-day reset, but you also drink water and stay away from sugar and do other things. Thousands of people are sleeping better, releasing weight, improving their eyesight, improving their glucose numbers. It's an incredible protein. I mean, it's an incredible program, and it's built around Ningxia. So that was 3 minutes.
Thank you. We're going to get better and better at this as we do it more, so we might even shrink them down to 2 minutes, and we'll be good. What our purpose in doing this is so you can safely invite somebody who's brand new to essential oils or brand new to Young Living, and they're going to get a little flyover of just like a big picture of who this company is, and because oftentimes we share 1 or 2 products and people really have no idea what else is out there. Young Living has over 600 products. Most of us don't have all of those in our homes, but we use the ones that we know about, and so we want you to know about a few more of them. I have brought a few of these with me, and if you wanted to purchase one of these, I think they're about $3 each. I have them printed. You can get this in a PDF and print it yourself right out of the 14-Day Reset website. And yes, there is a website that goes right along with the 14-Day Reset. It is 14day-reset.com. Okay, 14day-reset.com. Create yourself a little free login, and inside that login, you are going to find a massive amount of resources to help you both do the reset yourself and share the reset with friends, okay? And so these, I'm not going to give these away. These are, about $3 a piece for me to have them printed. And I have them in English and Spanish. So to be para reset de, how do you say 14? Dias, yeah. So there's that one. And inside this little booklet is so much. There's charts. There's little exercise programs if you're stuck on how to move your body 30 minutes a day, because that is what's required, is 30 minutes of movement. Doesn't matter what it is. Walk, stretch, lift your legs, do some squats, something for 30 minutes-ish a day. Drink some extra water, eat a little healthier than usual. And that literally is how I've lost 15 pounds the last 2 or 3 months, is just basically doing the equivalent of the reset in my daily life. Prioritize protein. They even have some meal plans in here. They've got charts that you can measure yourself before and after, because if you're gaining in muscle mass, you might not see the scale move because muscle weighs more than fat does. So you could be shedding fat and gaining muscle, and the scale might stay the same. Okay? So, that was my story. You want to? Yeah. This is Sasha, and she's an executive in Young Living, right? And she is going to do some testimonials with us.
And she already gave me one. I said, wait a minute, you're supposed to wait for me to tell about the story. I do have a funny story, and I know she won't care if I share, but I was at the farm this summer working with Tom and Evangeline, and I got introduced to the 14-day reset when it came out in July, and so I went ahead and ordered that and did the reset. However, you don't have to do it perfectly. You can still not be all right, and you can still have results. So just know, life is crazy. That was a crazy time for us. And I remember Evangeline, she would wear these certain shirts, and I was like, there must be something about this shirt that she wears, because
My big tunic, y'all know.
no, I thought there must be
I wear those
something
big
like
tunics.
special. And I go, Evangeline, I noticed you have this shirt in every color. Is there something I need to know about it? Because I need to order them, because maybe it's something special. She's like, I just don't like my tummy showing from, the what we call it, menopausal weight or whatever it is. And so I love that, seeing from being with her and then getting to do the reset and us changing circumstances in life over the past, it's been summer since now 6 months.
Yeah.
And look at her in her skinny jeans. That's so exciting. And I also was able to lose about 8 to 10 pounds, and I never had these jeans on in the summer from doing the same, exercising, adding protein, eating eggs, drinking more water. Just know you don't have to be perfect. But that reset, everybody needs. Their body is craving a reset. And I think it's a great place to get started if you don't even know where. And as Terry mentioned, the Ninja is incredible in the bottles. Those are my favorite. But for convenience, the reset comes in the little packets. You will find them in my car, in my purse. Everywhere you go, you're going to see in my house, Ninja everywhere. Because that is a game changer for your health. If you don't like swallowing pills, it's a great place to get started, and it helps you. So we have some awesome testimonials, though, from so many incredible people here, and I know there's many, but I think you have a really important one, Terry, to share. So I want to talk about what she has to share about the testimonial. So thank you for allowing me to share my testimonial, Evangeline's.
I have two, but I think the most important one right now is the Liver Tone. It is new, and I have not personally used it, but one of my adult sons has been using it, and I didn't know it. I'm so proud of him. He ordered it, and he said, "Hey, Mom, I lost 11 pounds." I said, "That's amazing." And then he texted me again in 2 weeks. "Hey, Mom, I lost 13. He lost 17 pounds just taking Liver Tone, guys. He's 30. He's 30 years old. And taking Liver Tone on his own. So it works. It
what that
reduces.
is, for those who may not know.
So if you, Liver Tone is it's a brand new supplement with Tubiflex and some herbs and oils in it that help to clean out your liver. Our liver processes our hormones. Our blood goes through our liver several times, like every minute. Our liver is important, and if our liver is cloudy and dirty, our hormones will be off, we will have acne, we won't feel well, we need to clean our livers, okay? Everybody needs to clean their liver. So Liver Tone is a gentle liver cleanse, and they're capsules. So he's been taking his Liver Tone, and he released weight. So, there you go.
Does anyone else have a testimony from the 14-day or for something recently that they experienced with the product that they'd like to share? Okay. I guess you can come up here. I don't know if I can walk. Wait a minute, I think I'm stuck to a cord. Yes, come up here. How are you doing?
Good, are you? Wow, a lot of people here.
That's okay.
So, Young Living is great for people. It's also great for pets. So I'm the pet lady. And a friend of mine brought her dogs into town. One of them happened to have kennel cough. Well, I never met Gary. Gary died 2 months after I joined Young Living. But I've been following along with everything that he does, that he did. And one thing he mentioned was Nisha Red. So my dog gets Nisha Red because she was coughing. Something wasn't right with her. So I started giving her the packet, not the whole thing, half for me and half for her. So everything that I do is good for them and it's good for me. So anyway, that was important. And then a few weeks ago, I was out with my friend the Gibbons and I wasn't feeling good. What's good for nausea? Digest. Rubbed it on my stomach, went away right away. But I also use it for my dogs. If they're outside and they're chewing on grass or whatever, and they're having an issue, take a little bit on your finger, rub it on their tummy, and it'll take care of that issue as well.
Thank you for sharing with the animals. That's awesome. And speaking of Digest, I think your daughter just had an awesome testimony for that.
She did, and this is not a tummy issue for Digest. So I don't know if anybody has heard of this one, but when you have a chronic cough or a cough that's part of a lingering cold or something and you just cannot stop coughing, Digest down your spine knocks it out. So I had forgotten about that. It was, you can't hold everything in your brain all the time, right? Why we need a reference guide and we need friends. But for some reason it popped into my head as she was leaving this morning at 6 a.m. that, she was still coughing and she had like an 8.5-hour drive ahead of her. And so I said, let's rub Digest down your back and see if that helps. Well, 4 hours later, I spoke to her and she had not coughed once in that 4 hours. So there you go, Digest for coughs that won't quit.
And I was going to say, I remember you spoke, you put it in your laundry. So my husband is in construction, so I started putting that in the laundry, and it takes away the diesel, the smell of your clothes because of the digestive enzyme, I believe is what you said. So I just started putting that in there whenever I wash my husband's clothes. Digest gives them all, and it takes it all away. So those are just some great testimonials for today. We're excited that you all are here. I don't know who's next.
Yeah, Terry's got one.
Oh, no, another testimonial.
Okay, this is about inner defense. My family got a stomach virus right before Christmas. It's hard to get teens to do what you want them to do with oils, right? So my boys, they had it for like a week. They did not feel well. Well, Christmas Eve, guess who was doubled over in pain at 2:30 a.m. I had a ton of people coming over Christmas morning. I was not about to counsel that. I'm like, Lord Jesus, what do I do? Help me. And I remember Deborah said, hit it early and often when you're sick. And I knew about Digest and Inner Defense. So I got up and took Inner Defense and Life9 every half hour for 6 hours straight. And I was completely fine. Fine. And by the time everybody got to my house at 10 a.m. No, nobody else got over that fast. I think I immediately went online and ordered 4 more bottles just because, like, when you need it, you need it. You need it right now. So, Inner Defense for the win, early and often, will keep you from being sick.
Yes, awesome.
Absolutely.
I wanted to say something about Okay, can you hear me? Okay, so there was 4 people at work that were sick. They all had been ran to the doctor and got tested. They had the flu A, I guess, is going around. And it all started with me because I was sick. I was sick for a day and a half because of all Young Living's products. I did Inner Defense 3 days. 3 days, did my vitamin D, did my Ninja, did all all the products that I could think of for the flu. I was out for a day and a half. Everybody else was out for a week and a half. So I just want to say, hit it early and hit it hard. And Inner Defense
is your friend.
Really great.
Order it in the summer.
Yes.
Yes, because it does.
Yes. Okay. I ordered those by the case.
Thank you. I'm going to turn it back over to Ms. Manager. Sorry, I apologize.
Okay.
Oh, Thieves, the best product ever.
All right. I'm Karen Douglas, and I have been with Young Living about 23 years or 24 years, something like that. And I love this company. I'm still hanging out, I'm still here, and I'm so glad. And here's one of the many reasons I am still here. So let's talk about Thieves. It's the one product line that truly represents wellness and protection in a bottle. It is Thieves. The story goes back to the 15th century when a group of spice traders created a blend of clove, cinnamon, lemon, eucalyptus, and rosemary to protect themselves while working around sickness. Well, our founder, Gary Young, studied that legend and formulated the modern-day Thieves Essential Oil blend. So that is one of Young Living's most loved and trusted products. Thieves is powerful because it's not just about a good smell, but it's also about supporting a healthier home. The blend itself is cleansing, purifying, and it's immune supporting. And you can diffuse it and make the air around you a lot fresher. You can apply it topically. You might want to dilute it because it is a little spicy because it does have clove in it, so just consider that. Also, it supports your immune system, and you can use it to keep your household surfaces clean as well. And you'll know that they are clean and clean naturally without all the harsh chemicals. So from that one essential oil blend came an entire product line. Everything from a household cleaner to hand soap, toothpaste, mouthwash, laundry soap, and dish soap. It's all plant-based, toxic-free, and it's infused with the same essential oil blend. So I like to tell people it's the easiest way to swap out and make things cleaner and safer in your home. So one of my personal favorites, testimonies with Thieves, is it's a single bottle, and it is concentrated. The Thieves Household Cleaner, that is the single bottle, and it's concentrated. You can make 24 spray bottles out of a bottle of Thieves Household Cleaner. So you have to give it a try. So anywhere from your counters to windows and floors and so much more. I even like to use the Thieves Household Cleaner in my windshield washer fluid in my car. So when I go get my car serviced, I tell them and practically threaten them, do not fill my washer fluid. I don't want that stuff in there. So I put the Thieves Household Cleaner in there. I get a bucket and I will put maybe a capful or two into a pretty large bucket of water and then just pour it in. And when you turn on your washer fluid to clean your windshield, oh my gosh, it smells so good. It smells so good. And it's not soapy. That's why you don't need very much. It only takes a little. But you end up with a really nice smelling internal in your car. Anyways, like I said, your floors and everything else are cleaned with the household cleaner. It's very affordable, it's powerful, and you'll love it. It's peace of mind that comes with knowing that your family isn't being exposed to harmful chemicals. And here's what's really amazing, is when you fill your home with these products of Thieves, the Thieves line, you'll know just how clean your house really is, how much you are protecting your family. Because here's the thing, you are going to pay. Keep it in mind, you are going to pay. So whether you pay for Thieves or whether you pay the doctor, you're going to pay. So I choose to pay and get my Young Living products, which pays me back. And if you stay a little bit longer for the next part, you'll understand why we still hang out here. It's not just about money, but I'm telling you, it's life-changing. So you're Thieves, you are going to pay. So just order the good stuff and protect your family. It's one of those everyday wellness choices that you make, and it adds up over time. So if you're ready to swap and start living a low-tox lifestyle, Thieves is definitely your friend. And something that is super important to me, I have grandchildren, and I have pets. And when we mop the floor and all the things, I know that my floors are absolutely clean, and again, the toxins are not there. It's safe for my grandbabies to crawl around. Their little hands and feet all over the floor. I don't have a problem with that. You know, my pets, I'm not worried about them at all. So I definitely love the Thieves household cleaner. I'm going to share a quick testimony with you, another one. Early on when I was using my Thieves, one day I noticed I was taking a shower and hopped in the shower and I looked around and I was like, oh my gosh, this shower's like really dirty, like it needs to be cleaned. So right outside the shower was the Thieves spray and everything. So I just turned off the water and I'm just taking a shower, okay? And I'm spraying, got a little scrub, and I'm just scrubbing, I'm just cleaning, and all of a sudden, oh my gosh, I'm standing in this cleaner. And then I thought, oh, take a breath. It's Thieves. This is not Clorox. This is not all the other stuff. It's Thieves. I was okay. I'm here to tell a story. I made it through. And I will tell you that not that I had a sore throat or a cough or anything, but I was breathing a lot better even after doing that. I'm not advocating that you do that, but I'm just saying, if you happen to be in the shower and you decide to clean your shower and it is Thieves in your spray cleaner, you'll be fine.
All right, who's got the list?
Basics of oils.
Okay, Beth, we are going to just do a flyby, the quickest we ever did, of what is an essential oil and some of the basics that you need to know. We might have, is there anybody brand new in here that doesn't really know much about essential oils yet? Okay, well, even some of you who have known about oils for a while might learn a little bit here, so thank you, Beth.
Okay, that's Harbison. So I have been with Young Living for about 1.5 years now and have a basil plant to pass around, and you guys can just kind of sniff it, and this will just kind of explain a little bit about what essential oils are. So I've kind of got into essential oils because I am a stucco and mold inspector, so Thieves actually will inhibit molds and mold spores, and so that kind of got me interested into it. So what is essential oils and how do you use it? Have you ever walked into a lavender farm or peeled an orange or instantly felt something change, calmer, happier, or more awake? That's because plants were designed with powerful natural compounds, and essential oils capture these compounds. An essential oil is a highly concentrated extract from a plant, taken from the flower, the leaf, the bark, the root, the resin, or the peel. Because these are concentrated, a little bit of oil goes a long way. There are 3 main ways to use essential oils. So a little background here also, when I lived in Louisiana, I used to be a pharmacist. So when I learned about essential oils, it was like, wow, these oils are so therapeutic. And so it really fascinated me because I don't practice pharmacy here in Texas. So the 3 main ways to use essential oils is, the first one is aromatic. You can breathe it. So this is the fastest way that essential oils work. We inhale it, like the inhaler that we made, or an essential oil. The aroma goes straight to the limbic system of the brain, which controls emotions, stress, memory, and mood. You can use oils aromatically by diffusing them, like they said, or you can inhale them from the bottle, or place a drop in your hands and breathe it deeply. This is great for relaxation, focus, emotional balance, and energy. So number 2 is topical. So you can apply it. Essential oils can be applied to the skin, okay? They can be applied to the skin with a carrier oil like coconut oil, and you can make like a roller. Common areas to apply would be like the bottoms of the feet, the neck, the shoulders, the wrist, along the spine. All those are good places to apply it. Topical use are great for muscle tension, skin support, immune support, and everyday wellness. A good rule of thumb is to start with less because you can always add more, okay? And also, if you apply the oils directly to the skin, that's called applying them neatly. So the third thing is internal, but only if labeled for dietary use. So some essential oils are approved for internal use. Okay, they can be taken safely when used as directed. They may include 1 drop of essential oil in a water or a tea. You can also put them in a veggie capsule, or you can cook with them, like with peppermint oil or lemon oil. They're also good for digestive support, immune support, or cleansing. Always follow the label instructions and brand guidelines. So in summary, essential oils are powerful plant extracts. And they can, and they're very good. You can breathe them, you can apply them topically, or you can ingest them. So there's a simple and natural way to support your body, your emotions, and your home every single day. So thank you so much. Enjoy it.
I just gotta say, we got a great planning team here. I want to give a hand to all the people who have presented today. We started back in early December, and then kind of Christmas hit, and we didn't talk again until, I don't know, this weekend. And we were practicing our speeches on each other to make sure we were staying under our 3 minutes. And so this is what we would like to do moving forward. It's just, we may rotate these topics around a little bit and do some different things each week, but we'd like to give little snippets of things that are of value to all of us, and especially for your brand new people. So I want you all to feel comfortable. One of the feedbacks we got in the past from people who have brought brand new people to our gatherings is like it was like drinking from a fire hose, like way too much information. Some of our new people, we spouted out a whole bunch of products, one after the other, and they did not even know what those products were, much less what they did. And so our goal is to make this education for those of you who already are using Young Living and make it a really fun place and safe place and a good introduction for you to bring your prospective Young Living customers or prospective Young Living brand partners that might want to come and join us in this crazy oily adventure that we're on. Okay, what's next?
Let's see. Okay. Supplements.
Okay, I'm going to briefly talk about Young Living's supplements, and I probably won't go by the script, but Young Living is the first company in the world who actually started putting essential oils into their supplements. And the reason we did this was because way back in the 1990s, when Gary Young formulated his very first supplement, was multigreens, and he actually tested to see how much of all of these beautiful food products that are in multigreens, like broccolis and cholera, whatever it is, and spirulina, and all the good green stuff, that helps with your liver, all that stuff. He tested to see how much people actually absorbed, and you would be surprised that they didn't absorb that much of it, even though it was a really good, clean supplement, and it had such amazing benefits to it. So he got to thinking, because we know that essential oils are carriers and they help carry other things into the body. They use peppermint on the skin to carry pharmaceutical drugs into the body sometimes. So he's like, what would happen if I put a little bit of essential oil in that supplement? And so he did. And then he tested it again and found that the increase in bioavailability was astronomical. And if you go into one of the reference guides and you go look up multigreens, you'll see that story, and you'll be able to see the exact percentages in there. I'll have them in my head.
It goes from 40% to 86%. So if you're taking a supplement that's not infused with essential oils, so that's not Young Living's, you're paying out most of it. You're wasting your money. So you get more of the supplement when it's infused with essential oils. A lot more.
Yes.
So I wanted to say this. Beth told me when she was practicing, she forgot to say it.
Yes.
It takes approximately 200 pounds of basil plant to make 1 pound of basil essential oil.
Yeah.
So I don't know where that plant went, but she brought that as like to show you 200 pounds.
200 pounds, yes.
So did you say 40 to 83?
86.
40 to 86. It jumped from 40% bioavailability absorption to 86%. That's pretty profound. So in most of our supplements, not all, but in most of our supplements, we have a tiny bit of essential oil infused in there, and that makes them like head and shoulders above every other supplement on the market. So I have a friend who started taking some of the products that are in this Balance and Burn that we're going to learn about in just a minute. And she had been taking these particular ingredients that are supposed to be so good for helping you shed pounds and help your metabolism and all that, and nothing. Like, she hadn't gotten any results from it at all. And she'd been taking the amount that the studies had showed. So it wasn't that she wasn't taking enough. The studies were, and she'd been taking a good brand, the Dr. Mercola. She'd been taking a really not a cheap brand. And when she started on this Balance and Burn, she was like, instantly, I felt the difference. There is a difference in how those particular compounds affect my body because of the infusion of the essential oils and just the way Young Living formulates, which is phenomenal. That's why we have 50 scientists on staff. Okay, so is this Tom's next? Yes. Okay, we're going to do a quick round of Dr. Tom Reed is going to come up next and talk to us about our new supplement and about weight loss in general and kind of about GLP-1. So GLP-1 is what I put on the advertisement because that's all. How many of you all see lots of stuff on social media and other places about GLP-1? Actually, he's going to talk to us for a minute about it. It's a naturally produced hormone in the body, and what we want to do is support that hormone to do what it's supposed to do, which is to keep us from gaining weight, from storing fat, right? It helps us to burn fat for fuel. And so there are different ways of supporting that, and many of our poor friends are probably on Ozempic and some of these other shots and things that are not going to, they're not going to help because while you do lose weight on them, he's going to have some slides that show you some of the side effects that they have, which is pretty horrific for some people. And then once you stop them, and they're hundreds of dollars a month, sometimes more, then you have to gain the weight back. So your body is not learning how to make its own GLP-1. You're not supporting your own GLP-1 pathways. You're actually getting an artificial GLP-1, and that has consequences. Every single pharmaceutical drug comes with consequences. And sometimes they're life-saving and we cannot avoid them. And I understand that, and we have to know that if we choose something pharmaceutical instead of something natural, we got to live with those consequences, whatever that is. So lots and lots of people would love to shed some pounds. You know, yeah, do you want to come in before Tom gets started while he's getting his thing set up? Julie has a very personal experience with a GLP-1 that she did not know she was on that drug, but it was given to her.
Hi, I'm diabetic, and I was put on Trulicity, which is a GLP-1. I didn't know what that was, so I didn't know I was on an Ozempic-like drug. And they put it a couple of years ago, they put me on it. Within 8 months, it trashed my gallbladder. I had to have it taken out, so I no longer have a gallbladder. And I got a pancreatic cyst from it. So I immediately went off of it. And then I told the doctor they were going to put me on another medicine that was new because they just wanted to keep giving me medicine. And I told them, no, we did it your way, now we're going to do it my way. And so that's when I joined Young Living. And I wouldn't recommend the GLP-1 drugs at all because that's what Trulicity is. So, anyway. Thank you.
Awesome. Okay. So this is my husband, Dr. Tom Reed, retired physician and surgeon. He was a physician for 40 years, recently retired. Author of the book, Your Health Has Been Hijacked and It's High Time to Take It Back. And grandpa of 2, soon to be 3. And I just want to say, the Christmas season was crazy for all of our families. Jenny just moved into a rental house because they're having their house torn down and rebuilt from mold issues and stuff. And Terry's got 11 kids and, 17 grandkids, 14 grandkids. So you can imagine what Christmas is like for her. I had company from right before Christmas until this morning at 6 a.m. So I'm just super proud of all of us for, pulling this off and getting this event together. And, we love you guys, but our families are priority. So sometimes we do things last minute.
You said 3 grandchildren.
My Kara is expecting. Yes.
Congratulations.
We have a little boy coming in May. Yes.
Okay, thank you. I don't know how I follow up with all this.
Especially grandchildren.
Yeah, I've got an aside comment too about essential oils because we were talking so much about it. When Evangeline first came home to me 20 years ago and was talking about, I went to this class and learned about all these essential oils. And I'm going, oh my God. It was reminding me of the hippie ages that I grew up in. And because of allopathic training. And I didn't know anything about this kind of stuff. So I decided, okay, well, I'm going to go to where I'm a researcher as well. So I went to the National Library of Medicine and looked up essential oils. All I did is type it in. And at that time, there were over 5,000 references to essential oils. And I'm going, why wasn't I taught this in med school? And we know what the answer to that is. But a lot of research, the vast majority of that 5,000 publications on essential oils actually started in the 90s, when Gary started as well. Today, how many do you, 5,000, how many, you want to guess, how many are in the National Library of Medicine publications? 38,000 references. 38. That's absolutely huge. And you can see the spike when you go to the National Library of Medicine and type in essential oils. You see this huge spike just goes straight up. So there's a lot of interest in this as well. And this balance and burn, I'm really pumped to be able to talk about this. This is a gas. This is really, really top shelf stuff. And when I started reading about it, I'm going, whoa, this is really answering a lot of prayers, a lot of questions about weight loss. And so we're going to be covering that, but I'm going to put that kind of on the tail end, because what's also important, I'm going to add a few comments about Young Living as a company as well, just from a different view of it. And I'm also going to be talking about the why, because if we don't have a why, most of our efforts, when the winds come and the storms come in life, you're going to give something up. And if you don't have that strong enough heart, why am I doing this? Then the chances are, on balance, something's going to give, and it's probably going to be this. So I'm going to talk also about the why. Why it's important to be doing this, and even to looking at all of Young Living products, and looking at Young Living as a company itself. So let's go ahead and get started. As Evangeline mentioned, I think it was Evangeline mentioned that there are Young Living has over 600 products, including essential oil, shampoos, cleaning, personal care products, pet products, mineral makeup, just a lot of the kinds of things, most of the kinds of things that we're going to be encountering on a daily basis. Now, again, when we first started with all of this, I was very skeptical of it all. And I didn't want to join in with something that kind of had, that was shady or just something we've all kind of experienced those kinds of things throughout our lives, I think. So I did, as I said, I went back and did a lot of research on all of this. And so just to give you a little background about me, and Evangeline has her own story, important story as well. My dad died when I was 16 years old. He died from a heart attack. He was 61 years old. I woke up in the middle of the night. Hearing my mom scream, and for me and my brother. And we went there into the room, and I saw my dad. He was dead, and dead with his eyes wide open, big brown eyes. And that impacted me for many, many decades afterwards. So I was 16 years old. 16 years later, my mom committed suicide. And my mom committed suicide. She was diagnosed as depressive. They had her on 4 psychotropic drugs when she committed suicide. And it was the medications really that took her down. And in our family, I never heard the words, "I love you," ever, in our home, until I saw it in my mom's suicide note. That was the first time that I ever heard that. So when Evangeline and I, we got married, of course, like everybody else, you're talking about the future and your family and what you'd like to see. We wanted something different for our children. And a different life that they could grow up in a totally different environment. And so part of that had to do with healthy living. And so as the years went by, we were just kind of looking for different options, going to Kroger's and the rest of the grocery stores and online, trying to find healthy lifestyle options for us and our family. And so when we ran across Young Living, it's like, whoa. So we saw all of the things that Young Living was doing, and I'm going to cover a few of those and offering, and we're joining that adventure. This is first class. Again, this is for top shelf stuff. So I'm going to go through a little bit of that. And this particular right there. See that person right there? That's Evangeline. This is a free trip that we got to Alaska through Young Living, and this is all part of our journey. And I'm going to show you guys a few of the slides, from some of the things that we encountered that were really a lot of fun as well. Okay, so yeah, I don't know if you know that the Young Living has a foundation that you can contribute to, donate to, and they do wonderful things around the world. They'll go into these underprivileged areas. They've started, there's a school that's, Karen was on that trip as well, down in Ecuador. And so we had a chance also to sponsor a child. This is Ivani here. And Ivani ended up, again, they went into this underprivileged area, built a school for them, made sure they had great education. Ivani ended up becoming an attorney. And also, even the wild animals. So in our farmhouse, we had these big picture windows, and the birds used to pop into head first into the picture windows, and they would go onto the ground, and cats would come and get them. And if we could get out there and try to save them first, on balance, chances are we had a pretty good chance of saving life. And there were several times where we found birds that had flopped against the window pane, and they were out cold on the ground, and went out there and picked, like you'll see here, and this is not the only one, but I picked the bird up and put sacred frankincense under his beak, and he was out. And so he was still breathing, and he was breathing in his eyes open. And as soon as his eyes opened and he was stable on the ground, I let him go, and he stayed there and continued to breathe the sacred frankincense. And then when he was ready, he just took off. This is fun. This is again. So as you see up here in the upper right, this is in Alaska. One of our trips in Alaska. This was in Hawaii down here when we took a helicopter and went over the top of a volcano, an active volcano. And you could see Evangeline's response to that adventure right there. It was a lot of fun. So this is the kind of things we can do with Young Living too. I want to talk about here conquering the overweight epidemic, and it is an epidemic. And we can tell you the what and the how here, what to do and how to do it. But again, that's not going to carry you through. You need that heart-changing why. And so, with what I'm going to share with you, hopefully you can go home and evaluate your own why and see how Young Living may fit into that. If you want a healthy lifestyle, go home and seriously think about, okay, well, how is it that Young Living can fit into this healthy lifestyle for me and my family? And I am going to run through some of these slides fairly quickly, so if you want to, please feel free to take pictures. Your why, again, is like a keel, centerboard of a sailboat that keeps you steady when the winds of life try to push down. We've got to have that centering why in order to get through all of that. So we're going to be exploring the why. We're exposed to more toxicity in one day than our grandparents were exposed to an entire lifetime. When I first found that out, I was shocked. Absolutely shocked. It's that bad. Yeah, it is. Of the 85,000 chemicals being used commercially in this country, the EPA, which is extremely dysfunctional, the EPA considers 65,000 of them to be potentially hazardous to your health. Why is it out there? Most likely cause that researchers identified are exposure to pesticides, synthetic chemicals on the real foods we consume, as well as the processed foods, and industrial chemicals for almost every aspect of our modern lives. There's also something worth mentioning called xenoestrogens. That's part of the synthetic chemicals that are being made out there. It mimics estrogen in the body, and women are profoundly more affected than men. It comes from every sector of life, including meat, fish, dairy, veggies, plastics, detergents, water, and it creates a variety of symptoms, including weight gain. So when people are struggling, again, hopefully all of this information, when you take it home, you'll be able to start ruling some things out. Oh, I'm exposing myself to this, and maybe not to this. But this one here may be worth considering, because you may struggle trying to lose weight and get where you want to, but you just don't understand what is going on here. I just can't do it. I'm not able to get where I want to get to. And it may be something as simple as this. And we're carrying that junk in our bodies. It just doesn't go away. Some of it does, a lot of it stays. There was a study of umbilical cord blood, and the U.S. study tested chemicals present in umbilical cord blood. They found 287 chemicals present, with an average of 200 between them. 217 toxic to the brain, 208 cause birth defects, 180 known to cause cancer, all traced back to mama's diet. So the American health crisis is, of course, now cancer and cardiovascular disease are kind of going back and forth, but cardiovascular disease is primarily the #1 killer. Cancer #2, #3, who knows it? Who knows it? Yell it out. The medical profession. Medical errors and adverse drug effects is the #3 killer. And they are out there. Now remember, I was part of this for 40 years. We were out there. I was out there promoting a lot of things that are actually killing people. This is pretty significant. There's significantly increasing levels of diabetes, heart disease, cancer, Alzheimer's, obesity, and others. There's 53 million diabetics. I'm going to show you something. The next slide here is pretty profound. 53 million diabetics at 15.8% now. Now near epidemic levels of 0.4% measured in 1900. 74% of Americans are overweight, and 42% are obese, and increase in childhood obesity 20% in the age ranges 12 to 19. So this is the big picture compared to 10 years ago when I first started doing the research on all of this. In 2014, we had 67% overweight. Now, in 2023, they don't have the latest stats because they're usually a couple years behind the research. 70 versus 74% now. Obesity, 34% versus 42% now. Children that are obese, 17% to 19.7%. And there's 117 billion in direct and indirect costs associated with that, and now 173 billion. So you can see things are going up. So what's going on here? Is it all the junk out there? Yes, it is. But there's more to that story. And stress is a biggie. As much as 80% of your health is determined by stress factors, such as poor nutrition, environmental chemicals, and negative emotions. As little as 20% may be determined by genetic predispositions. All of this metabolic stress, no matter where it's coming from, leads to disease. And disease is actually kind of like two words. It's dis-ease. It means not being at ease. Over the last 100 years, Americans have increased their sugar intake by more than 1,000%. And even well-intended people moving from white bread to maybe whole wheat bread, but even the whole wheat bread that's out there in general has very high glycemic index. By the way, Young Living has some great einkorn wheat products, which is totally different than the standard wheat products that you'll see out there. It has, here you'll see the wheat varieties of glycemic, einkorn wheat has a glycemic index of 40 to 45, and typically what you'll see in the wheat products, the standard wheat products that are out there is 50 to 80. And that's going to, again, working forward from that, there's a much increased chance of gaining weight. When you're trying to do something good by eating wheat, what you don't know, what's behind the scenes, is that a lot of those wheat products are not good for you. High fructose corn syrup is still out there, and they try not to give it a lot of attention, even in the research, because I've done a lot of research on this, and it's like, after about 2003 or so, they just didn't want to publish very much on this, but it's a major cause of obesity, so you have to take a look at it. Look at your labels. It's extremely important. And, because if we don't, we're gonna end up like this. I have a patient come in to my office. Hi, Mrs. Jones, how you doing? Fine. Mrs. Jones, you're on a lot of medications. Do you think you might want to try to maybe ask your doctor about getting off those? He won't let me. And this is typically what I heard in the office. 18 different medications this patient was on. 18. So let's talk about how to get inspired and how to, fill your dreams, your visions for yourself, your health, and your family, and maybe how we can do that. So, just to let you know that I worked with Young Living way back early in our early journey with Young Living. I worked directly with Gary to say, hey, look, I see a lot of diabetics in my office. This was back then. What do we have that I can work with them and try to get them off their, they were diabetics, high blood pressure, obese, high cholesterol, and we did a study of all of those patients that were 9 in the group. And Young Living provided all of these supplements right here for free, and for 3 months. And I did a study, and after 3 months, 7 of the 9 were completely off all their medications. They looked better, cholesterol levels got off their medications, they were, had glows in their face again. And the other 2 were getting there, they were just cheap. And so they weren't following the protocol. Pure protein shakes. I have mostly vanilla, sometimes chocolate, but I have them every day. I love the taste of it. And this is a protein drink that that can help with weight management. And this is kind of, what I typically would do in a shake. I'll use our milk that we have, and A2 milk, and I'll put some strawberries and bananas and blueberries in it. This is fresh milk. It's not pasteurized stuff that you'll see. And I just mix it and make my shaking one. It's very filling, very, very filling. And you're doing your body a great favor, and it'll also help you drop weight. And there's also essential oils for weight loss. All of these have been the published information on all of these are that they can help with weight loss as well. Just need to know what they are and have them handy and just use them. Put them in front of your face when you're counting. So with a general weight recommendation now, from the research that Evangeline has done especially, what we're finding is that 1 gram of protein per pound of ideal body weight maintains or gain muscle and lose weight. So if you're 110, you'll generally consume 110 grams of protein. And you can ask Evangeline about this afterwards. She's GBT expert, almost an expert at this point. And Terry, you know, there's a lot of people here now that aren't. But you might ask her, because they'll work up a plan for you. You don't necessarily have to go to somebody and have that personal relationship with them and pay a lot of money. Where ChatGPT will do it, and it's a very, very sophisticated AI program that we're getting in, programs that we're getting into nowadays, and the capability is just mind-blowing. Also, try to stay as organic as you possibly can, because remember, all those other foods, they're going to have chemicals on it. You know, that beautiful head of lettuce or the celery or whatever it is, if it's not organic, on balance, chances are they're going to have chemicals associated with it. And you don't know what it is that's really going to take you down. So just try to be as safe as possible when you can. All right, so Young Living, Balance, and Burn. Feeling fit and fantastic. It's just kind of get ready, because this is really cool stuff. Just get ready for a stronger, more confident you. Balance and Burn, slimming down to a healthier you. If you look here, there's something called GLP-1 that I'm going to talk about. But also, it's very good at maintaining healthy food. Sugar metabolism, efficiently metabolize fat for energy, no harsh side effects. And I'm going to show you an article that it was made 2008, 2025 article that came out about GLP-1 and the differences. You'll see the differences between the synthetic, the medication version, and the natural version, which is what Young Living has. And there's a significant difference in its impact on your health. And come to find out that it's not just losing weight that GLP is involved in. It's involved in cardiovascular health, nerve health, liver health. Very, very, very cool stuff. So this product, Balance and Burn product, comes in two containers here, and you have one that you're just going to pour directly into your mouth, and another is a little capsule, and you'll take one packet every day. Really, really, really simple. Also, everybody got the ingredients list here? If there's somebody that did not get the ingredients list.
It looks like this.
Yeah.
You didn't get it?
Okay. Get your ingredients list, because it's a ton. It's too much to cover here, and I don't want to take time to do that. But for those people that are interested,
Put your hands up so I can find you.
it's a major deal. Top shelf ingredients, big deal. Thank you, Julie. By the way, Julie provided this slide for us. It's comparing Balance and Burn versus GLP-1 drugs, which are nasty drugs.
Credit to Julie Westhoff for this graphic, and she had ChatGPT make it for her. Did you not? Is that what you did? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, the drug actually overrides physiology, and the Balance and Burn actually works with your body, and I'll show you how that works here as well. But the GLP-1 drugs are bad news, and so I had to look at it. If somebody's going to say something like that, I've got to work backwards and say, okay, prove it to me. You show it to me, because I'm a show-me person. You know? If you're going to tell me something, I want to know how and why that works. Here, check this out, 2025. If you ever want any evidence, this is it. Beyond diabetes and type 2, beyond obesity and type 2 diabetes, the therapeutic potential of GLP extends to a range of conditions such as cardiovascular disease, liver disease, neurodegenerative disease, and substance abuse disorders. So they're finding that what we have in us naturally, when we're encouraging it naturally, it balances out that it's helping all of these other, can help all these other systems as well. But what they're finding is that the drugs, there are some real concerning issues with the drugs, such as gallbladder and biliary disorders, psychiatric safety, and perioperative aspirations. And a lot of this, they're saying, oh, gee, and cancer as well. Okay? Cancer as well. There are some cancers that are promoted by these synthetic versions. And so you want to stay away from those. And Julie had her own story about that, right? So why managing weight, energy, and blood sugar feels so hard today? And it does. It does. There's so much stuff out there. You don't know what's what, and what's hitting us, what's causing the overweight, the obesity issues, what's causing cardiovascular disease, what's causing cancer. I mean, what is going on here? So that's why I kind of try to give some idea of all these different things that are out there that are contributing to diseases that, you know, there's a lot of people in these rooms have experienced or are experiencing. And it just doesn't need to be that way. Many people struggle with persistent hunger, energy crashes, stubborn weight, blood sugar swings. This isn't just about willpower. Part of it is. But it's not all about that. It's about how the body's metabolic signaling works. So there's 3 brains in your body: cephalic, heart, and gut. And they're all interacting back and forth. They're talking back and forth, having arguments back and forth about what to do and how to do it. And it's nice if they were like a symphony, all in concert with each other. All 3 of them in concert, thinking along, being on the same page. So you have these 3 brains going back and forth, and then your will is going to decide what to do, one way or another. So I want to introduce you to GLP-1. It's a natural communication network. GLP-1 is a naturally occurring gut-derived hormone involved in appetite, digestion, and blood sugar balance. The body uses this gut-brain metabolism signals to eat the right amount, know when you're full, manage blood sugar efficiently, decide whether or not to store or burn energy, and one of the most important messengers in this system is GLP-1. Okay. When GLP-1 signaling is enhanced, either naturally or by medication, weight loss happens mainly through 3 interlinked pathways. Okay? So you have the brain pathway, you have the gut pathway, and you have metabolic control, which is for blood sugar and energy. And if we just think of it like this, that if we eat less, absorb slower, and manage fuel better, we're going to be much better off. And that's what GLP does. Does all of those things there on the bottom. So I want to talk just a little bit about each one of those pathways. You have the brain pathway for appetite and satisfaction, signals fullness, helps reduce overeating, influences cravings and food satisfaction. That's a good thing. It can be a good thing. Pathway 2 with the gut is for digestion and fullness. It slows how quickly the food moves through the stomach. That's a good thing because your blood sugar won't get spiked that way and stored in fat. Helps you feel full longer and supports smoother blood sugar response. Pathway 3 is metabolism, that's blood sugar and energy use, supports healthy insulin, which lowers blood sugar, and glucagon, which raises blood sugar response. So there's a balance that takes place thanks to GLP-1. Encourages balanced energy use, reduces dramatic blood sugar highs and lows, and probably the best, as far as this is concerned, the best takeaway from this is that when these three pathways are supported, the body naturally moves towards balance. And that's what you want. You want that symphony, the metabolic symphony to go on like this all day long, and for those three systems to communicate. Why one pathway alone isn't enough? You just don't want to focus on one pathway. Oh, I'm going to work my way through this, and then you're taking all this other stuff in. Is appetite alone will give you temporary results, most likely. Blood sugar alone, it's incomplete support of the other systems. And digestion alone doesn't address the cravings that come from here, right? And there's actually bacteria in your gut. If you try to just go on a diet and lose weight, cold turkey, or whatever, or you're significantly reducing your carbohydrate intake, there's bacteria in your gut that thrive on that sugar, thrive on the carbohydrates. And if you ain't giving it what they want, you know what they're going to do? They're going to send signals up to your brain and say, feed me, feed me, feed me. And you're going to constantly be hungry. That's the way it works. That's one of the pathways. So true metabolic balance happens when the brain, the gut, and the metabolism are all supported together. How balance and burn supports the body's balance pathways? They are synergistic. They're not independent. They work together. Everything is working together, like that symphony, like that orchestra, if you will. Brain says stop eating. The gut says you're still full. Pancreas says fuel is handled efficiently. This creates lower caloric intake, fewer hunger rebounds, and more stable energy levels. People who may benefit from balance and burn, people wanting support with healthy weight management, metabolic balance, blood sugar harmony, energy, consistency, those seeking natural, healthy lifestyle support, and those already focused on a wellness routine. So this balance and burn, again, is part of it's part of the orchestra. Okay? There are other things that need to be in place here, and we just have to realize what those are, the information that you have. It tells what those are, and also what's harming us, and then we make a decision about which way to go with it all. But this is just part of the orchestra. It's a tool. It's not a shortcut. Test results when paired with nourishing food, movement, sleep, and stress management. Balance and burn doesn't replace healthy habit. It helps the body respond better to them. Supports natural metabolic pathways, encourages balance, works in the body, and wellness-focused support. So this is using, what Young Living has done is create something that is going to encourage your natural responses that are going to be optimally beneficial for you. So with all of this, we also want to tell you, with everything that you've heard tonight, we're trying to support you. Evangel and I and many other people here really have a heart. We've been called really to try to help people. And Young Living is a vehicle, one of the major vehicles that we're using to try to help people change their lives and avoid a lot of the things that many of you have gone through, and we have certainly gone through as well. So try balance and burn as part of the daily wellness routine. Pair with education and lifestyle support. Connect with your Young Living brand partner support team. And so that's what we're all here for, to help each Also, if you want, a lot of the information that I shared with you tonight is in my book. So it's on Amazon if you think you might want to get it. And so, thank you very much.
So, Melissa, do you want to share just briefly about your own experience? Melissa and Julie Westhoff both have the privilege of ordering early. Anybody else get to order early? So you can order back in December if you enroll 3 people between certain dates, in November and December. And Melissa was one of those. Congratulations, Melissa. And so she's actually had access to the Balance and Burn for a couple weeks, right? And right through Christmas. So she's going to share her own experience so far. She's only a couple weeks in.
Thank you. Thank you, Jim, for that information, Dr. Reed, because it made sense to me. Because I'm one of those people that I do all the things. I eat well. I walk really vigorous. I'm trying to do 15, 16-minute miles because I used to back in the day in walking. And I just really push myself. I've done the reset twice and saw no movement, but I'm healthy because of it. I don't get sick when everybody else does. In fact, my 17-year-old, I believe he had the flu. We don't go to the doctor to test because, why? He's got the symptoms. He's got the fever, the respiratory, everything. He used to be my sideline Young Living supporter, but now he's 17 and he knows way more than I do. And Young Living doesn't work, according to him. But he got the flu over Christmas break, which was nice because he was able to rest. And he fought it for 2 days because we do all the things. The Interdefense, the probiotics, the Ninja, the Super C, which has zinc. I just give you the whole 2 days. He's a competitive swimmer, all his other swim buddies down for 5 to 7 days with a heavy fever. I don't even worry about the fever. I know what to give him. The fever's good. So I say all that because I do all the things. I'm really healthy. So when I heard this and when the Lord blessed me with 3 new people, I didn't even know at the time when I was signing these people up that I was going to be able to get access to this Balance and Burn early. And it said GLP, which I thought, if Young Living is bringing out anything that says GLP-1 on it, I want to know more. And it's support, right? They're not putting a GLP-1 in the product. It's supporting your body to do what it's supposed to do. Well, I've always said, I think my body is broken because I'm 61 and I've done all the things. I've done everything. You name it, I've done it to lose weight. And so like Evangeline said, I got the product December 21st. I wrote on the container, because I'm going to be that scrutinizing tester.
Yes.
December 21st. So I got the container, and I wish I could tell you I've dropped 25 pounds in that short amount of time. I'm not going to lie to you because that's just not what I do. But I am amazed because I know what I did since December 21st, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. My mom knows how I ate. She knows New Year's Eve. I didn't do all the things, but I didn't restrict myself 100%. I went for the chip and dip, but I only had maybe 1 or 2 because I love the flavor. So I didn't do all the things that I would normally do over Christmas break or New Year's Eve, but I did not suffer. So what you do every morning is you take this. Is like, do you know the prebiotic that we have that is, help me out, what's it called?
Daily prebiotic.
The daily prebiotic, Mighty.
You're talking about
The probiotic. It is my favorite candy. Is it just, you can put it in your mouth, it is delicious. Well, that's what this is like to me. You take this dry, you just put it down in your mouth, and you just kind of let it, like a pixie stick. Yeah, I love it. That's what I do. First thing when I have my water first thing. Then I have that, and then I just take these 3 pills. No idea what they are. I'm sorry, I'm not the scientific doctor. But I did watch the videos. I know what's going into my body. I just can't regurgitate it back to you. But 3 pills, that's it. And so every morning I have my water first, and then I have that's it, just
The morning routine.
the morning routine, and it's just 30-day supply. I purchase, if you're gonna, January 10th, you need to go purchase, so 4 of these. So each of these is a 30-day supply. You need to buy 4. And
2 sets. They're $135 each.
2
and
sets.
It's enough for a whole month. $135.
So this is 1 month. You need 2 sets for 60 days because that's what the paperwork says. So that's what I'm doing. I'm testing it for that. So from December 21st, every single day, I did not take it Christmas Eve and Christmas Day because I thought, why? Not doing that. So, but I did do New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. I did take it. New Year's Eve, my son turned 17, and we always have a huge family party. So that's why I say that. So 5 pounds from December 21st to today. And what was amazing to me is there were days when I would do that little chip, because, it's Christmas. And I wake up in the morning, I don't want to, but I weigh myself, and I'm like, I get off the scale again, get back on, I'm like, I am down a pound? How did that happen? My mom made a really good, fresh, homemade apple pie. Not gonna eat it. I did have a slice, and I knew the next morning it's just not gonna be good news. Down another pound. So I can tell in my body that things are changing. So also, I eat what I normally eat. I have a normal breakfast, healthy, always whole foods. I don't eat junk. I just don't like it. And what's interesting to me, the things that made me go, that's strange, is that I'm full after that meal, that 1 plate of food. I've never been full. So I don't want that second plate or that second nibble. That makes me go, that's really weird. We went out to lunch yesterday after church, and I got a small bowl of chicken turkey soup, and then a little salad. That turkey soup was chock full of pieces of turkey. It was a small bowl, not the larger bowl. I finished that, and I had a salad left. I couldn't even eat the salad. That's weird. So I boxed that and took it home. That's not normal. If you know me, that's not normal. I'm going to finish that salad because it's right there. I'm just going to eat it. Well, I didn't even want to. I had no interest. That's really weird to me. What is it in here that has done something to my brain to say, just don't want it? Why do you want to eat it? So, and also, what seems to work the best, I've done it all, y'all, done it all, keto, carnivore, whatever. What seems to work for me is intermittent fasting. But it's also hard, but it works on my body. So if I could eat breakfast and lunch and be done, that's where I really see things move. And this also, I have not had anything to eat since we left right at 5 o'clock. I had a little bit of ground beef. I'm not even hungry. I'm not interested in eating. I don't want to go home and eat something before I go to bed. Normally I would. So that's something also that's interesting. I can fast from 2 o'clock on and not be bothered. Have a lot of energy, not be bothered. I don't have a slump in the afternoon. I do have the Ninja Red every morning also, I forgot to say. I read somewhere, in all the videos I'm watching, I read that the ICP Daily really pairs well. So I'm doing that. That's kind of my treat after breakfast, like my afternoon snack, whatever, is a Ninja Red with the ICP Daily. And I feel like that's kind of...
You know you're getting old when that meditation
yes.
equivalent, it's your
Well, it's sad to say, until this, I've never had this before, and it's really tasty.
It is tasty.
It tastes like passion fruit. It's really tasty, so. There you go. That's my testimony.
That was awesome. Thank you, Melissa. She's going with a hat in her hand, so she got to come and talk about it. So I'm really excited to try it. How many of you guys are excited to try it, or have somebody in your family who's ready to try it? Yeah. It doesn't come out until Saturday, If you would like to get on, there is a Facebook Live going on Saturday morning. I believe it starts at maybe 10 our time. If you go to the Young Living Brand Partner page on Facebook, you can watch a couple of hours of Facebook Live. It's their New Year kickoff Facebook Live. And they're going to be, I guess, probably talking about this new product and maybe some other things that we don't know about yet. And so that might be worth your time to go and do that. There is an event coming up this Saturday here locally. And it's in Splendora. Some of you went to the Wellness Connections all the way up at that church in Splendora. So this event is $25 to attend, and it's like from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. I don't know if food is included or not, but I will send you all the link to it if you want it. So you can.
If you have that Gary video, only 10 people signed
Oh, we have 3 different sign-in sheets. Yeah, so if you didn't sign in, make sure you sign in, because I will be sending out a link to Saturday's event. I'll be sending out the Gary video. I will send you out where you can download the Getting Started guide for the Burn and Balance product. And this is a beautiful guide Young Living put together that gives you some starting places for your weight loss journey. And then there is a Burn Challenge that starts February 1st. If you like doing things in groups, you'll want to read up on that Burn Challenge, and a bunch of people will be doing that together. And then this is a Balance and Burn Build a Better Meal guide. Really cool kind of, just how to build a meal that's centered on protein and veggies and not make it boring, right? Not just a chicken breast and broccoli or something, But really that is part of, like if we're going to have to calorie restrict, and it sounds like we don't have to because our body's just going to tell us, I'm done, But if we were going to have to, we still have to prioritize protein or we will lose muscle mass, okay? So if you eat enough protein, I promise you, you probably will not be hungry in your day.
And you said all that's online?
Yes, all of this is on Young Living's website, and you can download it in PDFs and print it out. Yes, exactly. Yeah, we do need to do a drawing. I'm sorry we went a little bit over tonight. We're still learning in this new format that we have. Okay, we're going to give away the basil. The last 3 digits are 826. Who gets a basil plant? 826. Oh, back there? Awesome. Come on up and get it. Okay. Can you come on up and get it? Okay. What did I wanted to show you all something else. Where did I put it? Where did I put my little... Oh, I did show you the 14-day resellers already. Okay. Okay, so we're going to give away, this is a beautiful book that is the history of Young Living. Very much of what you heard tonight, but in great living color with lots of pictures. And so somebody's going to win this and take it home. Go ahead. Oh, your glasses. 824. The number is 824. All right, come get it. There you go. Okay, we're giving away an AminoWise. How many of you guys use AminoWise? Oh, good. A lot of you know about this product. Have you ever heard of branched chain amino acids and how bad they taste? Like they are nasty, nasty. This one actually tastes good. It's unusual that a branched chain amino acid drink can be made to taste good. But you want to use that to help build muscle. So whether right before or after a workout, or even just as some additional protein for the day, if you're not working out, you can add it to your shake. You can do other things with it. 790. 790. It's the AminoWise. All right. We have this Ember diffuser. It does not go in the car. It does have to plug into the wall. The last 3 digits are 830. 830. Going once? Oh, is that you? There you go. Doug gets it. Yay, Doug. Awesome. Thank you, our gentlemen, for coming. We really appreciate the testosterone in the room.
It's hard to balance it off.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Sorry about that, but we really do love when you guys show up. It's awesome. Okay, here's one more. This is a bag of the Pure Protein Complete. So this is like a 15-day supply. If you only do one scoop, it might be a 30-day supply. Yeah. It's Tom's favorite, so we're giving it away. We have more. We have more. 793. Woo-hoo! There you go. Okay, we got one more. This is Cell Light Magic. If you guys Google for petrochemical weight loss, ChatGPT might be able to help you with this too. I don't know.
I use it every day.
But you can pour a bottle of Citrus Fresh in here if you want to and make it a little more potent. So it does have a lot of citrus oils in it. And it is Cell Light Magic, so it's for cellulite. And actually, there is a weight loss protocol where you rub this all over the areas where you're trying to slim down. And then you coat yourself with...
I dry brush.
Yeah.
Dry brush, and then coat yourself, and then wrap yourself with something. I think it's saran wrap, but I don't know if I would do that because it might get away from you. But, take a cloth and wrap yourself or whatever. And it really does help loosen up and eat away at some of the fat tissue right under the skin.
I think it also helps with varicose veins.
It's also helpful for lymph.
Lymph, yes, it's helpful for lymph, all kinds of things. So we were trying to find kind of weight loss things to give away tonight so that it would all be in the theme, 815 is the number. There you go. Okay, beautiful. Everybody got your little inhalers. We are finished for tonight. So if you have any questions for us real quick, we're 8:30. We're going to be...
Thank y'all for coming.
We have a little, we wanted to encourage our brand partners at the end. And so we're going to have to do that next month. Because we're already at 8:30. But at the end of every one of these, we're going to do a little bit of talk to our brand partners and encourage you all. If you are a brand partner, this product is a game changer for you. You understand that? You just throw GLP out there with a little teaser. Hey, I'm going to get to start this new GLP natural product, supporting natural product on Saturday. Anybody want to join me? Let me know. Don't put your link out there in that post or whatever. Just have people private message you and send them a link. And then send them some information. Monday morning, if you are a science person and you need more information about this, there is a Zoom call at 7:30 in the morning that you can join, and I will send that link out to you. Okay? All right.
Yes.
Thank you all for coming. We love you. We'll see you. The first Monday of February is the 2nd, I think, so we'll see you on the 2nd of February.